There you go. Unmute yourself so I can hear you.
All right. So does it show that we are streaming?
Did you press live?
Yes, shows end live video. So it looks like we're going.
Okay. Yes, we are live.
Okay. We did it. We did it.
Hello, my beautiful people. We did it again. We are here back on our pop-up conversation on Thursdays. Is Thursday? I don't even know what day is anymore. Anyhow, we are here. Me and Lorna. Michelle had to miss us because she's some little bit of busyness and she's not quite yet home. But that's okay. We'll make it work. And it's been quite a week anyway. What we want to talk with you about. First of all, let's say hello, Lorna. Hello, everyone watching us. Hello. We are here back. Hello, body, mind, and soul providers. We're happy to be here. We try to come every Thursday, every week as we as much as we can. Say hello to us. Let us know where you're popping in from. Any questions, or if you want to participate to our conversation, please go ahead and drop your comments, your thoughts, your questions, and we'll be more likely to answer you meanwhile we're doing this conversation. So hello, Lorna.
Hello, Adriana. This is, like you say, it's been quite a week. So, and I know that it's actually interesting. The last few days, I've been up into the wee hours working on things, and each day, okay, try to get a little extra sleep, and it's gonna, okay, my throat, that's one of my signals that my body is saying, oh, you need more sleep. So when we were talking about what's our topic going to be, it was that aspect of listening to your body. You mentioned that as well, as that's hot off the press for you as well, of just really listening to our bodies. And
Yeah.
the
And if we don't, then guess what? Our body is gonna make us stop if we don't listen to it.
they'll put the brake, body puts the brakes on. Yeah, body brakes.
Yeah, and that's why we want to talk about this, because I think that a lot of coaches, speaker, entrepreneurs, any kind of entrepreneurs in part of this community, I'm sure sooner or later they struggle with this. They will come to a burnout. They will come to your bodies. You might, maybe your mind is still running, but your body says like, I'm done. I can. And sometimes it show us to a virus, to a disease, to a, God forbid, the accident, whatever that is. And what we want to do here is to talk about the behind the scenes of what it means to be an entrepreneur, to have a business, because in the end you are the business. You making this business happening, and you cannot serve people when you cannot serve yourself. So that's why we're here to talk about the behind the scenes. And for me, like Lorna said, for me it's pretty like raw. I'm in of it. Has been for the almost a week. I'm my stomach is really sore. I don't know if it's a virus or something, like gastrointestinal virus or something, but I can't keep food in me, and I'm lost weight. It's like not feeling well, but my mind was, like, I still have to do things and so on. And then what happened? Your body's gonna say on one point, you don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. I'm just gonna make you stop. How I'm gonna make you stop? I'm gonna put you to bed, or I'm gonna put you, not be able to walk or do too much because you don't have a lot of power. And there you go.
Mhm.
So, Lorna, speak from your own experience. I know I'm sure you've been through this as well. What is mean that when we don't listen to our bodies, and we don't take in consideration this vehicle that is running, helping us to serve and bring whatever we're here to bring or in this world, what it means to you, and maybe an example or experience.
I'm gonna, as you were speaking, Adrienne, it took me back to, this is what, 24, so 20 years ago. I remember when I was teaching in the school system, and we started our school year, and within about 3 weeks, I got laryngitis, which isn't really great for a teacher. And so I was off for about a week, came back, and about 4 weeks later, another round of laryngitis, and then my energy level started to go down, and I'd go home, and again that recycle repeated probably about 4 times until Christmas time, where it was just kind of, okay, something's going on. I even had a microphone, okay, let's get a microphone so I can keep going, keep pushing and stuff. And finally, afterwards, after Christmas, my doctor and I he said, what do you need? And I said, I think it's best that I just take the rest of the year off, because it was just going back and forth. It wasn't good for me or the students.
Yeah.
But what that did, what it took me into was actually the beginning of my spiritual journey, my spiritual opening. And because I really, okay, what's this about? And I think that that's what I've come to experience. Even, 4 years ago when I had my cancer, it was like, first it was like, wow, this is what I get to experience. Not only to be able to feel the expansiveness and the range of feelings, from that intense pain from the surgery and, the meds that I was nauseous, like, wow, I get to feel it all. But in the midst of it as well, it became that real gift of my commitment to, I could let this just, I could just go, right? Let myself fade away. But it just was that a renewed piece about my vision. I'm here to support, the women that I work with, and, by ripple, the men, the children, our world. And so I think for us it can be, we've talked about being, when our bodies show something, we talk about it as being sick, as it's something we want to avoid, as opposed to how our body is showing us, it's speaking to us in a language that doesn't use words. And when we've come from this place where words are so, about our world, kind of, well, what does this mean? We need a label. It's this. It's kind of like we listen to our body and let the wisdom come forward. Can we let that rest that's ready to happen? And if we can really open to the gifts that are there, is sometimes it's where, oh, there's a new chapter that's happening. Oh, it's time to let go of that. A new program that's birthed. Just that type of thing. If we could just let ourselves use this as a time for not calling it sickness, or I'm sick, or I'm ill, or I'm weak. It's just kind of like my body is maybe feeling weak or is weakened, and I'm in this place of, yeah, this cocoon, even this place of what's the gift in here, because it wouldn't be happening if there wasn't a gift. Like I was thinking about this morning, Adriana, that life's word, or if it was a word, life's thing is yes. Like that's life's natural thing is yes. How do we know? Because we're here. Yes, I choose to live. I'm here. And anytime that there's a no, it's about taking us either into a pause or a redirection or a U-turn or into a different place that yeah. So I think that that's where, when we're going in a direction and our bodies say stop, it's, can we allow for, there's something new, something that's ready to come forward, something that's ready to be experienced in a way that wouldn't happen if we, it's a stop and smell the roses type opportunity if we
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah, and accept it as well too. That's what something I, as high achiever, I always like, I push through, push through, push through, push through. And so I'm still in the process of learning to accept what is and stop fighting it. Because like you said, our body doesn't have a language. It has its own language, but not the one we're used to. And it has a language that we're not been trained into to listen. And doesn't matter what kind of business you have, how many people you serve one or you serve millions. No serving is going to happen without you and your body, through your body. That's why we have it here. And it's important to take that moment to, okay, like you said, what is the gift in this? I use with my clients, and now I'm drinking my own medicine that I give to others, is to, I look at the beauty in this too. The one I use, one of the universal laws, which is the law of duality. What is good in my bad and what is bad in my good. So I'm like, today, the whole day, I keep thinking, every time my stomach is sore, every time it runs me to the bathroom or whatever, I'm like, okay, what is good in this? How many good things, how many positive things I can find in this? And when I start looking at this, I'm like, I've been wanting for a while now to, because I have a speech happening in a couple of weeks, and I don't have the time to even to sit and write it and prepare it. And I keep saying, oh, I want to, but I don't have, a chance to take off. And my body says, like, your wish is my command. How I'm gonna make you stop? Guess what? I'm gonna make you stop. The only way you will stop, if I stop your body working properly, that you don't have the energy to go. So that's what he did. So now I'm like, okay, I'm taking this time to relax and give me some time to work on some other things that doesn't require a lot of physical work. But also, even mentally, I have to learn to accept it and not fight in it. Because and again, I'm not advising other people to do, I'm just saying in my case, like the medication that I'm the doctor gave me is not doing anything. It's just there to maybe they will help you. It's I have to let my body. I went to the doctor. It's okay to take it or not take it, so don't take my advice. This is not a medical advice. But in my case, I realized that the pills was stopping what needs to come out of me, physically, emotionally, and so on. So I'm like learning to accept that it's okay to be this way. And it's crazy today, as I was accepting. Today was the first time I ate earlier and I didn't have to go to the bathroom. So the food stayed in, and that was a sign of me accepting where I'm at. I'm very specific about this because I want to explain and show people an example of what it means to accept it. My stomach, it feels sore, but at least is not, it stays in, which is a huge thing. I didn't eat nothing since Sunday. So for me, it's a huge thing. And the fact that the food stayed in me after so many days, and I'm like, what did I change? Was this because I finally accepted and I'm not fighting with it. And that's why I'm sharing this, because maybe someone needs to hear this, that don't fight what's happening. Accept that whatever it is, even if it's we can translate, I feel like we can translate this into an energy point of view. We can translate this into a a project of your business that doesn't work. Just because it doesn't work, that doesn't mean sometimes you have to keep pushing and maybe stop and see what I can learn from this. So for me, this is what I have done. I use this tool of the universal law, the duality, what I find at least 20 good things in this. So I can, counterbalance that energy of the negative with positive. So now is, bring it to balance, to harmony. What would be what you could share as a tool or something that helped you in this situation?
Mhm. I it's for me, it seems to be, and what I offer is that aspect of really becoming aware of the thoughts, the things that show up, that, and you mentioned some of them, Adriana, of, well, I need to keep going. If I don't, I need to get this done. And all of those things that really start to show up, and to really start to question those thoughts, that,
Mm,
well, I need to keep going. If I don't get this done tonight, such and such is going to happen, or whatever. And start to really question those thoughts. As I think they really, again, that saying of, how we do one thing, we do everything. And start to be able to look for those patterns of those old or those beliefs that, about how it has to get done. And
mm,
for me, I guess it also takes us back into that place of that letting go of, that we're not running the show, that life is living us. And so it's always, in some ways, it can start to be that stripping away of that sense of identity of who we are. And
yeah.
so there's so many different levels. When we talk about body, mind, and soul, right? We're talking about all different levels of this. And yeah, for me, it's to be able to, even pull out the popcorn, sit back and watch, the characters, the thoughts that are happening. But if I don't do this, just sort of watch that dialogue that's happening. And as you talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, is just sort of that sitting back and just observing what's happening,
Yeah.
you know, that it's not this, oh, I thought those were thoughts were me. I thought that was me. Be able to really sit back and just watch the play, you know.
Yeah.
It does. It shifts things when we can pull back, and our whole bodies can shift and change how we feel when it's kind of, okay, that's not running the show. It's simply being a show that I can turn off with my awareness.
Yeah, it is awareness. I will never, stress enough to talk about that. Awareness, I think, is the biggest thing in any. I think is the key of everything. Any kind of solution or any kind of problem, anything you're looking for. aware in healing physically, emotionally. You have to become aware that what's happening with your body. Most of us, like myself, I keep going until it's too late, or until it's late enough, and then you have to pay a price. But when you become aware from the beginning, by become aware of your body, and then your mind says one thing, your body says another thing, and your soul is like, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. You're in between. Then you to be that essence of seeing your body, mind, and soul playing, and just look at all of them, like you said, just sitting and look at them and be like, okay, what's happening here? And then be aware of that, and then you can make certain decisions. So yes, it's awareness is a huge thing. And what I want to say is that awareness is not something that like you just like done and it's done, you do it once, and no, it's something you have to keep coming back, to keep practice it, to be able to at least be able to do it more often than we're doing now. So yeah.
Mhm. And, as you said that, the word practice, it's a practice, it's not. And sometimes we can have this, when we think about a practice, it gets used. Like we're going to practice a skill so we get good at it, as if, there's this destination to get to.
Mm.
You would look at like a yoga practice or a medical practice. It's used in a different word. It's almost like that practice is like a container. And so that thing of the practice, the container of awareness, that we're in the practice of it. We're in that container, as opposed to, okay, I'm going to get it good and right sometime. If I keep practicing, this destination. It's kind of like, no, we're in the practice we're in the container of awareness. We're in the container of, where. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's
Yeah.
sort of the theme, is different ways of looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely, when you said that, it start he is setting differently. It's like you said, it's not a practice of like I'm doing the practice here to get somewhere. The practice is the destination. The practice, that's why when you said that, that it hit me. I'm like, the practice is the destination. It's no destination actually. Whatever that is in your business in general. So I love that. I hope people that listen this and see this, if you watch this live or if you watch it replay, we'll love to hear your comments. We love to hear your takeaways and what you do when your body says no.
Mhm.
Let's say that when your body says no, what do you do? What is your mindset? How you deal with it? How you accept it? How you let it go? How you
Mhm.
um, yeah, what are your takeaways of that? We'll love to hear from you for sure.
Mhm. Absolutely. And like as I mentioned, for me, when my throat starts to get a little bit itchy, it's just it's my signal of, like, even I remember when I was teaching, I would be up late doing marking. And if I started to get that signal of my throat, I knew I had an hour to get to bed or I would get sick. That was sort of the pattern. It was just kind of like, here you go, here's your little yellow light, to be
Signal,
aware.
yeah. That's
And so
beautiful that you are so connected and know that most of us we're so, tune out of that signals that we don't even you like they fly by beside you and you don't even witness it. So
it would be lovely to have, people as they're listening to this, to put into the comments, what are some of the ways that they are aware? How does your body speak to you? And to be able to, what are some of those signals? Because somebody else might say, I've noticed that as well, but I never connected it. So
yeah,
maybe as we can share, put things into the pool, if you will, that it's kind of okay. And even though we're all unique, there might be something there that kind of creates a bit of awareness there.
yeah, yeah. It's
Great
beautiful.
conversation, and it's time for all of us probably to head to bed at this
Get to
night.
bed and listen
Resting
to our
our
bodies.
bodies.
Listen to our bodies and head to bed soon.
That's
Thank you
good.
so much, everyone. It's been absolutely a pleasure. Thank you, Lorna. We're looking forward to hear from all of you. And until then, we'll see you next time. This Sunday we have our event. I think we already fully booked, but there are more spaces for the next upcoming event. So let us know if you want to be part of our connection circle events. so
Mhm.
we can shine a light on you, and you can tell us how you serve people, and how you listen to your body, and how you tune into your body, mind, and soul. And we'll see you soon. Until then, take care of you.
Bye.
Bye bye.